Tell me, do you see me when you close your eyes at night? Painted on your eyelids as you're turning out the light. Your voice spins in my mind and it's wearing through the grooves. We've been intimately distant and I still don't get the rules. And I want you. I want you. Girl. Last week I wrote a letter, now I'm rereading it through. I wasted all those fancy words, I just meant I love you. Forgive my confusion, dear, won't you understand that sometimes knowing what to say slips right out of my hands. And I want you. I want you. Cause I've never met a mind so fancy-free as yours before. I was busy at the books while you were waltzing by the door. Now somewhere in the middle there is love and common ground. So I sweep away the leaves and we can keep dancing about. I lie here playing out this scene 100 million times. What you will be wearing and the beauty in your eyes. There's no time like the present, so I'm reaching for the phone. But you've never cared for mornings, and there's places I should go. And I want you. I want you. Girl. Well, the moon had whispered in my ear and kept me from my dreams. Silhouettes around the room and never what they seem. You and me on me and you said either way around. Well, it would surely make much sense in this cold, unforgiving town. And I want you. Cause I love you. Girl. Wonderful, there we go. I'm going to swap over onto ukulele now. So I think memorable time I played for Steve in Ilford, #1, was probably the time Ilford Central Library, that was it. I think maybe it was a singer called Candy who came and performed with me. We were performing, I think, in the foyer of Ilford Central Library, and it was a really, really fun gig. And it reached a certain point where most of the audience were fairly young Indian families. And I can't remember, I must have had a Simon and Garfunkel cover on the set list or something, but basically just discovered that all of the Indian families knew loads and loads of Simon and Garfunkel songs, and just led a very rousing sort of medley of Simon and Garfunkel songs as a sing-along with loads of young Indian families, which was just a totally magical experience. So that was the Suitors Ballyhoo. This song is called Woodman, Spare That Tree. A lot of the lyrics come from a poem written in 1830 by George Pope Morris, and me and a friend Tim set it to music and change things up a little bit. And there are a few other people who've set it to music in the past. So if you want a real giggle, you can go on YouTube and find sort of old music hall versions of this. Yeah. Woodman, spare that tree. Woodman, oh woodman, you must spare that tree. Touch not a single bough, for in my youth it sheltered me, and I'll protect it now. That old familiar tree, whose glory and renown spread over land and sea, and you would hew it down. Woodman, oh woodman, you must spare that tree. Touch not a single bough, for in my youth it sheltered me, and I'll protect it now. 'Twas my forefather's hand that placed it near his cot. There, woodman, let it stand, thy axe shall harm it not. Woodman, oh woodman, you must spare that tree. Touch not a single bough, for in my youth it sheltered me, and I'll protect it now. My mother held me here, and father pressed my hand. For all that we hold dear, that old tree it must stand. Woodman, oh woodman, you must spare that tree. Touch not a single bough, for in my youth it sheltered me, and I'll protect it now. We stand here in a ring, close as your bark, old friend. Above the wild birds sing, and still thy branches bend. Woodman, oh woodman, you must spare that tree. Touch not a single bough, for in my youth it sheltered me. Woodman, oh woodman, you must spare that tree. Touch not a single bough, for in my youth it sheltered me, and I'll protect it now. Okay, let's pop that over there. If I donk it, I imagine that might be a slightly painful noise coming down the phone to you. Phone? No, we're not on the phone. The internet. I've done quite a few online concerts over the last year, and that's been very fun. Everything from performing to a family of 5 people for a birthday party, through to a few weeks ago did a concert to 700 people, which was crazy because that's probably the biggest concert I've ever done in my life, and I was basically sat on a couch in my front room. It's very lovely to be here. That song, Woodman, Spare That Tree, had a bit of a tree theme going on, and that reminds me of another occasion I was booked for a gig by Red Bridge Music Lounge, and that was maybe in the Walled Garden, which I think is a place they often host concerts at. And I had a song about trees, and I introduced it saying about how much I love pruning fruit trees. And I actually got a gig pruning a member of the audience's fruit tree off the back of that. And a few weeks later, I was in their back garden with a pruning saw hanging off the tree. So, yeah, don't just plug CDs in gigs, also plug other skills that you've got, Oh, what am I going to play? Got a little list of songs here. What am I on the mood for? I'm going to play a song called I'll Give You My Heart Now. This is a song that it's one of my most listened to songs on the internet, largely because it got used in, I think it was a French TV show, and suddenly the numbers, everybody's listening to it in Paris, and I'm like, oh, what's going on there? But yeah, so this is I'll Give You My Heart. And very much inspired. There's an REM song. REM are a great love of mine. They have a song called Strange Currencies. You know, with love comes strange currencies, and just thinking about all the different ways that you express and share that love. And I really just kind of took that idea a little bit further and into some different directions. So yeah. And it has a violin part, and I was encouraged by a friend who I played it to yesterday to have a go at singing the violin part. So let's see how that goes. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Love, it must be quite the strangest of currencies. I'll give you a quote for my time and my dignity. The cat got my tongue and the dog just pissed in my shoe. I'll love you in autumn amongst all these golden leaves. Scatter my heart to the memory of such a dream. Show me a fixed place to stand and I'll turn the earth. I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? La-da-dum, da-dum, la-da-dum, da-dum, la-da-dum, da-da-dum. Such low rates of interest, it's barely worth saving. I'll gamble it all on a fool or a knave then. Who needs a heart? I'm sure I'll get by with a stone. I'll love you in wintertime under the covers of duvets and blankets and stripy pullovers. The ticks and the chimes and nursery rhymes agree. I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? La-da-dum, da-dum, la-da-dum, da-dum, la-da-dum, da-da-dum. Love, it must be quite the strangest of currencies. I've no idea how it'll turn out for you and me. Deal me some cards, I think I feel lucky tonight. I'll love you in springtime and all through the summer, till all of these seasons get lost in each other. I've cashed all my checks, let's hope that I play these cards right. I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? I'll give you my heart, dear, but what will I get in return? I forgot to do the violin bit that last time, but I heard it loud in my head. I hope you did too. It was played by an amazing Polish violinist who we're very lucky to have living in England, and she's called Basia Bartz, or Barbara Bartz Basia. Yeah, and man, she's like the Van Halen of violins. To see her is a beautiful thing, and you probably have, because she plays with about 30 different bands in London. Great. So I was all organised, and I got a nice stopwatch up on the screen over there, and I completely forgot to press the start button. So I'm just going to close it because that's no good. Right, so that was a few songs. I think, yeah, that song reminds me of playing upstairs in a sports bar at some sort of racing stadium that Steve was organising a gig at. And I remember I'd only just written that song, and me and Basha played it, and one of the other musicians came up to me after and was like, "Did you write that?" and kind of the way I said it, sometimes I know sometimes you write a song and you have no idea whether it's like a painful fart or a glorious gem. And I just the way that she reacted when I was like, yeah, I wrote that. It was just like, whoa. I was like, oh, I think I've written a good song there. That's always a nice feeling, because I write a lot of bad songs, hey. But I'll try not to inflict them on you this afternoon. So what was that? Let's do another strummy song. Yeah, let's do a song called Roses from Africa. Great. This is probably the first song I ever wrote about climate change, which is something I've written a lot about over the years. And this song is now 17 years old, maybe, 16 or 17 years old. So it's had time to age and mellow and find its place. Sadly, still a topic that is as relevant as ever. So Roses from Africa. We stumble, but the march of progress goes on, distilled in a book and captured in song. When laughter drowns the dogma, we'll be free. 'Cause nature doesn't need to win this one with words, and some things they rise, others fall, I've heard. Remember this as rings inside a tree. And I won't be the last one out the door, and this is all just make-believe. So I make my mind to take my time. There's a bird silhouette on the laundry line. The blackberries are ripe, it's harvest time again. Did summer come early, did it come at all? There's flip-flops and puddles all down the road. The ice is melting someplace far away. And I won't be the last one out the door, and this is all just make-believe. Ring of roses and they all fall down. Water the blooms, forget the town. Sacrifices or indignities. So tell me something I can understand, a truth I can hold in the palm of my hand, a song I can sing for all humanity. And I won't be the last one out the door, and this is all just make-believe. I won't be the last one out the door, and this is all just make-believe. Oh, oh. The theatre of man has come to town. The curtains are drawn, the house lights down. Spotlight on the blushing history. Try to make sense of all the above. I'm not the first to confuse war and love. Do whatever you must to live your dreams. And I won't be the last one out the door. And this is all just make-believe. Okay. Well, not sure I should close mic me drinking a glass of water. Don't know how it sounded in your headphones, but it sounded like quite gloopy in mine. Yeah. So 20. Yeah. Okay. I've been performing 20 minutes now. So many songs. Yeah, I mean, I've got five albums. I'm just nearly finishing my 6th at the moment. Yeah, I've been trying to do sort of one song from each album because I thought that'd be a nice thing to do, a bit of a retrospective. And you can find them on the internet. My name's Robin Gray, Grey, and you can pay for them or stream them or download them for free, depending on which bit of the internet you click around and what mood you're in. Yeah, so I'm going to do a song now called The Ballad of Hawkwood, which, for those of you in East London, is about Hawkwood Nursery in the London borough of Waltham Forest, which is a 12-acre food-growing site on the edge of Epping Forest, which has given me a lot of inspiration over the years, and where I spent a lot of time getting compost under my fingernails and wheelbarrowing around compost, which is a joyous thing because you get all the endorphins, you also get upper body strength, and you get an excuse to be outdoors not looking at the screen. So if you haven't had a chance to visit Hawkwood Nursery organically, I highly recommend that you do. And this is a song called The Ballad of Hawkwood, which goes a lot like this. If this was a live gig, I'd be teaching the refrain and encouraging you to sing it. So maybe let's do that anyway. The refrain goes, mulch, sow, and then reap. So try that. Mulch, sow, and then reap. And the other refrain is, I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. So try that. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. You got it? Great. Cool. The Ballad of Hawkwood. There is a fine gent christened rule i' the land, mulch, sow, and then reap. There is a fine gent christened rule i' the land, and he has green fingers on both of his hands. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. With a co-op of comrades he dreamed a bold dream, to mulch, sow, and then reap. With a co-op of comrades he dreamed a bold dream, to grow food for his kinsfolk as nature decreed. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. By the edge of the forest they spied a fine patch, to mulch, sow, and then reap. By the edge of the forest they spied a fine patch, and to grow fruit and veg there a plan did they hatch. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. But the men of the hour dreamed of buildings, not plants, mulch, sow, and then reap. But the men of the hour dreamed of buildings, not plants, a development would far more their profits enhance. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. Our ancestors fought for this fair forest land, mulch, sow, and then reap. Our ancestors fought for this fair forest land, so now against the law was the businessman's plan. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. Now if you pass by, oh no, he nearly cheated you of the whole verse then, outrageous. After 12 months had passed, did the council relent? Mulch, sow, and then reap. After 12 months had passed, did the council relent? Now we'll work the earth as our ancestors meant. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. So if you pass by here, you might hear a tune, mulch, sow, and then reap. Now if you pass by here, you might hear a tune. The melody is old and the words will be soon. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. I'll be good to the land, and the land will be good to me. Rockin'. I hope some of you got some crowd surfing going on in that tune. And yeah, I mean, according to my little clock, that's been 25 minutes.
Now we want more. Robin.
You like another song? I mean, you're allowed one more. It just depends if people have got, sort of like food in the oven or something.
I'd like 2 more. Can one of them be Till Dawn, please?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I can remember how to play that. Well, it's only 2 chords. I can remember how to play it. Yeah, go on. I'll give that a go. Are there any other singers you probably, well, I'll just do that one. Yeah, by the way, I'll dig out the CD and post it to you. It's in a box in the bottom of my cupboard at the moment because I've been moving things around. So, yeah, Till Dawn. Okay, yeah, why not? I haven't drank any alcohol for about 18 years, and this is definitely the last song I remember writing before I gave up alcohol, and it was a very, 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 probably the best hangover I ever had, and I was like, well, let's go out on a high note. Yeah, and it's another song about falling in love with a very wonderful lady who I'm very glad still has a friend in my life. Ba 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 Picking my way back through the rain, grey skies today, but it's fine. Here in my mind, play like a child, leaves underfoot. Autumn could turn out to be musically mine. Spring in my step, I stayed up till dawn again, drinking with friends. Moments you feel so alive. You feel so alive. My life has been better, believe better, pretend, consigned to some place before memory me, wind in my hair, thoughts of your smile in my dreams, patch up the past, love and cheap booze. I stayed up till dawn again, drinking with friends. Moments you feel so alive. You feel so alive. Dance in the street, break out the flag, singing aloud, foreign eye, textures and words, things that we heard. My pen, it feels momentum. Sat on a train, palette of green, strangers with shoes. I stayed up till dawn again, drinking with friends. Moments you feel so alive. You feel so alive. And I sat there watching her sleep. How do you dream? When will you wake? I must say, one of a kind, parallel lines meet at the vanishing point. Not what I mean, I meant to say. I stayed up till dawn again, drinking with friends. Moments you feel so alive. You feel so alive. You feel so alive. You feel so alive. Wow, I haven't sung that song for a very, very, very long time.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Somebody else has actually requested I Love Leonard Cohen. Is that possible before you go?
Yeah, go on.
Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. Yeah. These are songs that used to be in every single every single ones of my set. Yeah, that is the right way of putting it. Great. Well, if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. So this is one of the only songs I've ever written from the title upwards. I know, some people write from a lyric, or some people, a chord progression or something. And this was just like, I should write a song called I Love Leonard Cohen. Or no, a friend said it to me and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'll do that. And I remember playing it in a little cafe just off Brick Lane. And Johnny Cash's granddaughter going, that's a great song. Do you want to come to Nashville? And I'll take you around the cafes and you can play it in Nashville. And I was like, I don't fly. And it's one of those moments where it was like, I don't know. Maybe I should have gone to Nashville and hung out with Johnny Cash's granddaughter and gone and done some gigs. I guess we'll never find out. Anyway, I Love Leonard Cohen, it's on the internet somewhere. What's in that box? What's hiding in here? Pictures from Bedford taken half a blue moon ago. My wee young then, all mixtapes and Alco Pops, bum bags, shell suits and meatloaf CDs. Did I really dress like that and dance to that tune, then stumble home drunk by the light of the moon? I guess times they change and the change times they guess, and nonsense it still has a welcoming ring. My Weezer CDs, well, they hardly get played. My obsession with Arnie DeFranco was ended. You might ask, is anything certain these days? I would probably tell you that I love Leonard Cohen. A snail carries with him some slime in a shell. I've got 10 boxes plus cartons, as well as these books, bags and a chest my grandfather used in the war. Did I really write those words, and did she write back? Stray hand in Roji all through that James Bond film. Nonsense, it still has a welcoming ring, and heroes, they never come easy. My Weezer CDs, well, they hardly get played. My obsession with Jeff Buckley has all but ended. You might ask, is anything certain these days? I would probably tell you that I love Leonard Cohen. La, 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 la. La 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 da da. Did I really dress like that and dance to that tune, then stumble home drunk by the light of the moon? I guess times they change and the change times they guess, and nonsense, it never comes easy. My Weezer CDs, well, they hardly get played. My obsession with REM has all but ended. You might ask, is anything certain these days? I would probably tell you that I love Leonard Cohen. I love Leonard Cohen. I love Leonard Cohen. I love Leonard Cohen.